Hey everyone, it's Unanimous. Today we're talking about Days Gone's photo mode. So with Days Gone, I'm a really big fan of its photo mode. I really love how you can adjust and manipulate the filters to really create some nice imagery. And there's this filter setting that you can set in Days Gone where it is strictly just a silhouette. So you don't have to worry about like cropping anything out, so that way you can use this as a way to kind of make some cool phone backgrounds. And I'll show you kind of what I mean. You will need an app like on your phone, but it's a cool way to like just make your own stuff. So I'm going to jump into the filter itself, and then you'll see kind of what I mean in terms of the silhouette filter. It's really useful because then you could just throw this on whenever you want. So you'll see here, boom, I have the filter on, and you can set up some really cool imagery or some really cool shots. And then when you get that shot of that black and white silhouette, you can then take a shot of something else like the sawmill or a horde, and then you can make a really cool double exposure shot. I'd recommend getting Snapseed. It's a really good app. Yeah, it's an app I used when I was starting to learn. I'd recommend trying that out. But yeah, the silhouette filter is not very complicated. I'm gonna just put the appropriate like adjustments that you have to make in the photo mode, so that you could just go in and set it yourself and get some cool shots. Tag me if you if this is useful. So these are some examples of stuff I've made, like just simple things that I made in Snapseed. And yeah, so the next thing I want to talk about was the focus lock feature. I'm not sure if that's the proper technical term for it in game, but that's what I'm going to refer to it as. You'll see it working in this shot here of Deacon, where the background is blurred and you can just see Deacon's and like he's in focus and everything's not. So this is one of the things I've realized with a lot of shots that people take in Days Gone. Some people don't mess around with the focus lock enough, or they just don't use it at all. And it could really add more depth and more layers into your shots. I'm going to show you some examples here. But yeah, it's just something that I thought people could utilize more. This feature is used by tapping down on the L3 button. So on your left stick, you just tap down. It's a bit difficult to kind of aim because you can kind of miss your target. If you want, you can always just move the slider itself to the appropriate range, like I'm doing here now. But I usually just hit L3 and try to aim for Deacon, usually, or whatever subject is going to be in the shot. So the aperture is going to give you that blur, so you're going to want that to be at 1.4. You can bring the aperture higher if you want, and that will make the shot more clear. So if you don't want it to have a blur, then you're going to want that aperture to be higher. But if you want it to have the blur, you want the aperture to be lower. And I'm going to have some examples here of like how it looks when you have that the subject, like the shot locked, and you add that aperture to make it more clear or add more blur. So it's really useful to try to mess with the aperture and the focus lock on any shots you take. That was just a quick video, just two of the things that I've seen some posts on, like just Days Gone pictures in general, that I thought, it'd be nice if people did this more. But yeah, I'm just messing around with all the filters. Anyways, I'm going to be doing more videos on, I'm going to be doing more videos in general. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You have a good one. Take care.